You'd think after 6 movies, billions in damages, and a body count higher than most horror franchises, they'd finally learn not to bring dinosaurs back to life. But nope, Jurassic Park Rebirth is here. And guess what? We're all making the same mistakes again, just with shinier CGI and even dumber humans. Alright, let me clear this up from the start. This movie was fun. I watched it with my girlfriend, and we really enjoyed it. It was like eating Taco Bell at midnight. You know it's gonna hurt later, but you're having a blast while it lasts. But we gotta talk about the absolute stupidity here, because, well, they just keep getting away with it like it's a Fast and Furious sequel. Spoiler alert, there will be spoilers. You've been warned. So this picks up after Dominion, you know, the last bad one that actually ended in a beautiful way. Dinos are living peacefully with nature, the world's adapting, everyone's in awe. It's basically Planet Earth Jurassic Edition. Now, throw all that peace and progress straight into a volcano, because Rebirth opens with most of the dinosaurs already dead or dying. Yeah, turns out Earth isn't actually built for apex predators from 65 million years ago. Who would have guessed? Shocking stuff. Apparently, the only livable place left is right around the equator because, science. Or maybe someone left the oven on down there. Either way, dinos are chilling near the equator, and everywhere else, dino ghost town. Enter rich guy with the god complex. He's got a theory, 100% proven of course, that dino blood holds the key to curing all heart disease and maybe even cancer. Bold claim. All he needs is blood from the 3 biggest dino types still kicking. Flying boy, a sea girl, and a land chonker. Only catch, the blood has to be extracted from a living dino because science again. Or maybe they just hate needles. Nah, definitely science reasons. Cue the ragtag mercenary team. Basic setup, some potential here. Then boom, we meet this random family. You see, the dad takes the tiniest little motorboat I've ever seen out into the middle of the ocean with his 2 daughters and one of their boyfriends. Why? Quality time. You know, nothing says bonding like illegal equator dino zones. No one knows where they're going, no one knows why they're there, but they're chilling until obviously they get attacked. They call for help, and by sheer plot magic, they get saved by the exact same merc squad hunting the dino that almost killed them. Okay, all of that was fine. It's the first 20 minutes, I was still mostly on board. But then, oh boy, things take a nosedive straight into Dino Crapville. So this island they're headed to, turns out it's where all the rejected dino experiments ended up. Basically the Area 51 of prehistoric nightmares. Think Indoraptor or Indominus Rex, but like if every creature was built by an edgy teenager with a 3D printer and a Red Bull addiction. We even get a flying frog, which was dope for like 2 seconds. We'd never see him again. And right about here is where my brain started to scream. Most of the people who die, yeah, they all die before they even get to the island. I think only 2 die after the island, meaning the rest of the crew just makes it. They survive everything. Despite making decisions so stupid, it felt like the writers used ChatGPT on low battery. Like this one scene, oh man, they find a sleeping T-Rex, and I ask you, if you see a T-Rex taking a peaceful little dino nap and you need a boat that's in a shed right next to its face, do you A, wait, B, try to be quiet, or C, limp into the shed, drag the boat across the creaky ass dock, then smash a button like it owes you money? If you chose C, congrats, you'd be dead in 5 minutes. The noise wakes up the T-Rex because duh, and then it just disappears, like Batman, until it suddenly shows up drinking water like a golden retriever down the stream. Crisis averted, right? Time to sneak away? Nope. They full on sprint to the raft, clanking metal and yelling like it's a school fire drill. The Rex hears the noise, cause obviously, turns around and we get a 20 jaw snap chase scene where it literally bites at their ankles and somehow misses. The action was fun, but the decisions leading up to it, oh man, like it was the dumbest thing I've seen in years until the next scene. Next, they go full on rock climber mode to steal an egg from a flying meat eater's nest. Not even blood, an egg. Why? I don't know. Maybe dino cholesterol is the cure now. I'm not a rocket science, but if my squad suggested scaling a cliff into a predator's nest, I'd slap the clipboard out of their hands and go home. But of course, their terrible decisions give us another pretty fun action sequence. The logic, gone, but the visuals, chef's kiss. Fast forward to the climax. Big bad dino is about to chow down on our heroes. Then this guy, whose backstory I kind of forgot, he has a kid or a young brother that died and it was his fault somehow. Anyway, he decides to do the noble thing. He grabs a flare and runs off yelling, "Take me instead." Okay, respect, hero moment. We watch the flare go out and Big Bad walks away. Everyone's sad. They escape. Emotional closure, right? Nah. Less than 30 seconds later, someone shoots a giant flare gun. And guess what? The dude's alive. How did he get away? Where did the dino go? Why did it chase a tiny road flare but ignore a flare gun the size of a bazooka? These are plot holes you could drive a T-Rex through. And don't even get me started on character development. I mean, I guess I kind of got myself started on character development. The only character I ended up liking was the daughter's boyfriend. When we first meet him, total tool bag. Like Spino bait level annoying. I was rooting for a dino bird to snack on his neck, like immediately. But then, shockingly, he grows. He gets brave, he stops whining, he becomes useful. I mean, he actually has an arc. Meanwhile, the dad is just stuck on "this trip wasn't my fault" mode. One of the daughters loves Toolboy unconditionally for no reason throughout the whole film. Scarlett Johansson's character, yes, she's in this, is just there. They give her plenty of screen time and they try to really establish a backstory with her and the other characters, but it was just boring. Like none of the emotional scenes land, like at all. Nerdy science guy's only goal, touch a dino. That's it. Scarlett, she's there for 10k, a measly 10k. Won't even buy you a new car. Like what is happening? And yeah, at the end, the nerdy guy convinces her to give the cure to the world, not just for profit, I guess. I mean, I guess that's character growth, kinda, sorta, not really. And as for our heroic sacrifice guy, dude doesn't even die. You had one job, man. One. Final note, they introduced a weirdly adorable, ugly little dino that fits in the girl's backpack. She names it Dolores. And if anyone knows where I can get one of those for my girlfriend, please let me know. She will love me forever. Probably. At least until I leave the dishes in the sink again. Let's be real though, they only added Dolores to sell plushies. And I don't even remember if it made it off the island. I think it did, but it very well could have just died somewhere. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, drop a comment, or don't. I'm not your dad. But I am a proud fur baby parent, and you wouldn't disappoint the fur babies, would you? Yeah, kidding, kinda. Okay, bye.